No matter how big a stadium is, it is nothing without its fans. Fans are the life of their stadiums. They inspire their home team and they can demoralize any team visiting. Because at the end of the day, the difference between winning and losing can boil down to the intensity of the fans in the stadium. So today, we will go through the 10 most intense football stadiums to play in. And we will show you the reason why they have built a reputation of intimidation and ruthless intensity. Maracana, home to Botafogo, Flamengo, Fluminense, and Vasco. Brazil's big four teams. The Maracana Stadium has had a long and fearsome reputation. With a seating capacity of over 78,000, Maracana was the biggest stadium in the world when it was created in 1950, and over the years it has produced many of Brazil's most iconic football moments. This is where the legendary Pelé scored his first goal for the national team and 1,000th career goal, so you can imagine how fiercely passionate the fans are. In fact, their passion has sometimes resulted into actual violence against visitors. In simpler terms, visiting fans are often aware they can be in serious danger if they somehow manage to win against the home team on Maracana grounds. San Mamés. Home to one of La Liga's finest clubs, Atletico Bilbao, San Mamés is a 60,000 capacity stadium located in Bilbao, Spain. And at every match, tens of thousands of loyal fans show up in San Mamés to cheer their team at the top of their lungs. Why else do you think the stadium is called La Catedral? The fans bring a fierce atmosphere to San Mamés that is arguably unrivaled around the world. Visiting players have spoken about having shivers down their spine as they walk down the cathedral tunnel. And whenever Real Madrid comes to visit, the intensity reaches fever pitch as they battle against their historical rivals. Marcelo Bielsa, a former coach of the club, once said about the stadium, "San Mamés is a box that contains a feeling that will resonate for all eternity." Celtic's Park. Every player who has played in Celtic FC home stadium have all spoken about how incredible the atmosphere in the Celtics Park Stadium is. Regarded as one of the oldest and most historic clubs in Great Britain, Celtic Park Stadium sits in possibly the least affluent part of Glasgow, which probably intimidates rival fans from the jump. Coupled with that is the fact that the northern section of the stadium was once called the Jungle, because of the sheer noise the home fans would create through every match. And the stadium itself was so hardcore that until the 90s, there were no seats, and every fan was required to stand through the duration of the 90-plus minutes of the match. Today, the intensity has dropped and the stadium has long been renovated to include seating areas, but the nostalgia and spirit of those fine years linger in the memories of the fans. Karaiskakis Stadium. Have you heard of Karaiskakis Stadium disaster? Regarded as one of the worst footballing tragedies of all time, it happened when fans of the home team, Olympiacos Football Club, rushed outside to celebrate their win and caused a stampede that left 21 supporters dead and about 55 injured. The tragic nature of that day is enough evidence to prove that the fans at the Karaiskakis Stadium are far from bench warmers. From wild fireworks before kickoff to unorthodox fan sequences, the stadium never ceases to strike a sense of awe and unease into the hearts of those visiting. And even though it has a relatively small capacity of 32,000, you'll be hard-pressed to find any other stadium in the world that can match it in terms of the passion the fans bring. Vodafone Park. If you were not familiar with this stadium, it wouldn't strike you as the kind of stadium you should fear. And that would be a big mistake, because Vodafone Park is home to the Turkish giants Besiktas. And believe us when we say this, the fans in Turkey operate with an extreme definition of club loyalty. Their 42,590 capacity stadium is always filled to the brim in big games, and they ensure fireworks greet every visitor, or better still, terrify them. Vodafone Park is pure chaos. Back in 2017, when RB Leipzig took on Besiktas in the Champions League, Timo Werner was substituted because of the intense noise created by home fans inside the Vodafone Park Stadium.
Good run. Bobbles there. 1-0.
Despite using earplugs during the match, the German star began to feel dizzy and had to be substituted after 31 minutes. El Monumental. El Monumental is the biggest stadium in Argentina. It has a capacity of over 70,000, was home to the 1978 World Cup final that saw Argentina victorious, and has hosted 4 finals of the Copa America. So yeah, it is an iconic stadium. The fans at El Monumental are rabid in a good way. In the whole of South America, they are easily amongst the largest and loudest. And when the stadium isn't serving the national team, it functions as the home ground of Club Atletico River Plate, where the fans show the same level of support during games. La Bombonera. El Monumental might be Argentina's largest, but it isn't its most iconic. The crown goes to La Bombonera. Before we talk about the stadium's insane fan base, it is important to note the other peculiarities associated with La Bombonera. First, its stadium is oddly shaped, and that has given its insane acoustics. 2, it is the home of Boca Juniors, who have over 16 million fans, which happen to be the highest in Argentina. 3, the fans constantly capitalize on their stadiums to rain down auditory hell to their opponents. Over the years, this support has seen Boca Juniors record a huge amount of success in the stadium. And on the flip side, the fans' history of chaotic violence have caused the stadium to be closely monitored before and after matches by riot policemen. Stade Rajko Mitić. The 53,000 capacity Stade Rajko Mitić has been the home ground of Red Star FC for over 50 years. The fans know it, and every visiting club has been forced to know it. The stadium has a unique structure that allows fans to quite literally chant directly into the ears of the opposing team. You can imagine the nightmare this becomes when you are a visiting team trying to focus while playing on the stadium's grounds. Unsurprisingly, Red Star have used this intensity to their advantage several times, and particularly during difficult moments in crucial games. Signal Iduna Park. Everyone knows that Borussia Dortmund Stadium is one of the best in the world. Aside from the fact that this facade looks like a fortress and their home color of mustard yellow might leave you sick, they also have one of the most dedicated and intimidating fan base the sport has ever witnessed. 80,000 seats. That's what you're forced to face when you play against Borussia's side on their own grounds. And these fans are relentless. In bad weather and good weather, you can count on them to be there to chant your ears off. In the 2011-2012 season, with almost 1.37 million spectators over 17 games at an average of 80,588 per game, Signal Iduna Park broke the European record for average fan attendance. Today, they still hold it. Anfield. On the 7th of May 2019, and after comfortably winning 3-0 in a first-leg Champions League semi-finals game at the Camp Nou, Barcelona, were met with a merciless shock 4-0 defeat in the second leg at Anfield. It was a night that Barca fans would never forget, and it was a testament to how insane Liverpool fans were, and had always been. Anfield is a legendary stadium by any standard, but their fans are the ones who bring all of that magic. You can always be certain to hear their relentless trademark chant, "You'll never walk alone" from the stands. And it doesn't help any visiting team that under Klopp's management, Liverpool have legitimately become one of the best football teams in the world. Now, if you think there are crazier stadiums that deserve to be in this top 10 list, let us know in the comments. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.